Okay guys, welcome back to Modern Menace. This is my 15th video on HTML web development and also the part 3 of the summary of all of HTML, and I think this will surely be the last part of the summary. Now let's get started. The first thing I'm going to talk about here are lists. Now there are two types of lists, and these are the unordered lists and the ordered lists. Now under the unordered lists, I just want to say this. Now let me just do some examples before I get to this. Let's see. Okay, so now to create a list, we're going to use I'm going to start with an unordered list. So to create a list, the first thing we need are two tags, and they are both double tags. So an opening tag and a closing tag and an opening tag. The keyword we use for the list, or an ordered list to be specific, is UL, representing unordered. So then, and if you want to type the elements of a list, you use the keyword LI, representing lists, and this just says this is what I want to be. It tells the browser this is what I want to be inside my lists. So let me just copy this and paste it a number of times. Copy, paste, paste, paste. Okay, now let me get something to type in here. Okay, I'm a real fan of anime, and right now I'm watching and reading Bleach. I'm also into MHA now. Just want some short things. Okay, let me just say MHA, meaning My Hero Academia. Finished Naruto, I think, on Monday, and Dragon Ball. There are lots of other animes, but let me just go with this now. So as I save and switch to my browser window and refresh, here's what we got. Just ignore this part. Let me just take this out. Okay, please just ignore this. So here's what we got. Now as you can see, the unordered list doesn't come in the form of 1, 2, or numbers and letters. Now that's the difference between unordered lists and ordered lists. Now ordered lists comes in the form of numbers, Roman numerals, and alphabets. Now the alphabets can be either uppercase or the lowercase, that's either big or small. The Roman numerals can also either be in uppercase or lowercase. Let's say we have the bigger I, or we have the small I, though the bigger I actually looks like a straight number. Anyway, so it can also come in the uppercase. Nope, hold on. It can also come in the uppercase and the lowercase. The number, however, only comes in one form, and that's the number form, just number. The unordered list, however, comes in different forms, and they are as follows: the disk, the circle, sorry for that, the circle, the square, and none. Now the disk, let me just say this. Now what you can see over here right now is the disk form, and the circle is like, the disk is like a bullet, and the circle is like a bullet, but it's not filled with any color. The square is like a normal square, also not filled, and then there is none. So now let me change the style over here. So to set your own style, that's to tell the browser this is the type of style that I want, or this is the type of numbering method that I want to be used. We use the style attributes, or like normal CSS. However, the keyword we use here is it's not maybe list, it's not maybe type or style, but it's rather list hyphen style. Sorry, let me take this out. Okay, so list style type. So we've got 3 words here: list, style, and type. Then colon, and you give the type you want. So disk is the default, and that's the bullet that we see. So let me use circle. But as I refresh now, you can see the difference between the two of them. Let me do something real quick. Want to use a line break here. This is not okay. Wait, I got it. Let me just put this in a comments. Okay, then down here. Okay, yes. So this is just okay. This is it. So yes, as I was saying, now I've changed it to circle, and as you can see, this is how the sorry, let me just save. Okay, and this is how the circle looks like a bullet, but it's not filled with the color black or anything as such. As I switch now, the next one we talked about, the next type we talked about was a square. So let me change this list style type to square. And this is how the square looks like a normal square that is filled. So switch and change it to the last one, which is none, and this is pretty much self-explanatory. It just looks like a normal list. So now let me put a heading over here. Heading 1. This one is unordered list. Okay, so that's it. That's pretty much all for unordered list. The next type of list, as I explained here, is the ordered lists. Now, to use the ordered list, here's what we do. We use the tag with the keyword OL representing ordered lists, and to tell the browser that this is what I want to be in the list, we use the same tag, the same li tag. That's to show the browser that this is what I want to be in the list. I think I'll copy this one, so let me just paste. Yep, paste, and let me just add some other enemies. Okay, Tokyo Go, whatever I added, One Piece. Oh yeah, and don't forget, this is not in any order, so don't go and say that I like this anime or anything. Guys, I like this anime, so maybe this is the best anime there is. Just this is not in any specific order. Okay, yeah. I think I'm out of anime, so let me just use one that I used to read, Alta Primal. And I look like I'm forgetting my animes. That's just impossible. Alta Primal, Tokyo Go, One Piece. Come on, man, there's no way. And let me just leave it at this. Or no, Bleach, MHA took, and Naruto, Dragon Ball, Tokyo Go. Oh yes, how could I forget this? Black Clover. So as I save and refresh here, here's what we have. Let me just put this here. That's another heading. Okay. Okay. and this will be ordered lists. Okay, so here's what we got. This is how an ordered list looks like. Unlike the unordered list default where we have the bullets, the ordered list, the default is the number. The default for the ordered list is the number. So switch and go to the end of the document. Yeah, so as I said, default here is the number. So let's try switching it to other types, that's Roman numeral and stuff. Now here's the thing, for ordered lists, unlike the unordered list where we just type disk and stuff that we want, the ordered list, however, comes in different in a different format. So if you want number, what we use is 1 and not number, just like that. We use 1. Now if you want the Roman numeral, for the capital that's Roman numeral I, capitalized, we use the keyword I, also that's in uppercase, and for the small letter we use the keyword I in lowercase. For alphabet uppercase we use the keyword A in uppercase, and for the lowercase we use the smaller a. So now, unlike the unordered list where to show that this is the type of style I want to use, where we type list hyphen style hyphen type, in this case we only type type. So let me just do this real quick. No, sorry, yeah, we only type type, and it's not supposed to be in any style format. We just write type. We only type type, only type type. We just type type. Okay, we just type the word type. Yeah, that makes more sense to me. Now 1 is the default, which is already being seen. We've already seen how it is. This is how it is. 1 2 3 4. So let's try changing to, I think I'll start with the alphabet A. So in this we put capital A over here, and this is how it looks like, A B C D. If I change it to a smaller a, this is how it looks like. And so now for, oh sorry, I pressed the CS. Now for Roman numeral I, but the bigger type. I'm sorry, I did not save it. Okay, so here's how it looks like, I and Ivan. Then for the Roman numeral I, the smaller way. Hold on. Okay, here's how it looks like. Why do I keep doing this? Okay, so now there's this thing called a list in a list, and this is how it looks. This is what it means. It's like you got a list and you put your list inside another list. So for example, in this ordered lists, no, okay, I think in this one ordered list, I think I'll do it with Dragon Ball. You can put another list inside, but before you do that you have to specify the list type. So as I'm using unordered list over here, I can decide to use unordered list also over here, but I think I'll use ordered list just to show that you can use a different type of list when you are embedding a list into another list. So ordered list, and I chose Dragon Ball because it has more should I say types. Yeah, like we've got Dragon Ball Super and stuff. Lists. Okay, so copy this. Okay, yes. So for example, we've got Dragon Ball Super. I think I'll start with the from the time it was made. So no actual Dragon Ball is there. Then we have Dragon Ball Z. That's the whole thing about Frieza and Majin Buu. Then Dragon Ball GT. That's the one where Goku was turned into a young boy, and he fought this guy called Omega Shenron. If I remember, I think Super Shenron, no, Omega Shenron. Yeah. Then after that, we've got what is currently being worked on, that's Dragon Ball Super. Oh yes, and for all those Dragon Ball fans out there, don't think they finished the Dragon Ball anime. The manga is actually, they only stopped the anime because it got ahead of the manga. That's why they stopped the anime. So you can go and read the manga if you want. I think the current chapter should be 64 or so. They release one every month and it's pretty long. And also Goku has unlocked Mastered Ultra Instinct. So here's how it looks like. No wait, hold on. Before I even continue, let me change this NAND here to disk, back to disk, and that's the default. Okay, and that's the default. Now as I refresh, okay, so under the Dragon Ball anime, we've got the actual Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, Dragon Ball, and Dragon Ball Super. So that's how you embed a list inside another list. And there is also this thing called a description list. Now, a description list is like a list of terms with descriptions to each term. So it's kind of like the embedded list, but it's in a different format. So let me just add this. Let me just put this right here. Description lists. Okay. Now description list, or if I'm going to type something down there, then to be the tags for description list. But let me just do this real quick. So to tell the document that this is a description list, we use the tag and the double tag with the keyword being DL to specify that it's a description list. And to tell the document that this is what I want to be described, we use the double tag with the keyword DT, and this means description term, or the term I want to be described. So let me just copy this real quick. Copy. Yeah. Now let me type something here. Now let's see, anime, no, manga, anime, and what? I even forgot to add One Punch Man. Let me just put One Punch Man over here. Don't really understand why I have to put it here, but let me just do this. One Punch Man. Okay, so now this is the description term. So let me just refresh this so you see how it looks like. So this is how it looks like. We just over there, manga, anime, and One Punch Man is just there. So to tell the document that this is what I want to be, or this is the description for the term I've given, we use the double tag with the keyword being DD. You can't really find the definition for this. Description, definition, description, description, but it just says that this is the description of the description term above. So for example, manga, I don't really know what to do about this. It is Japanese comic in black and white, printed in black and white, or displayed in black and white. Yeah, then it is the come on, this big head of mine. Okay, yeah, it is the base of any anime. So like they create a manga, then they use what happened in the manga to create the anime. Now as I refresh this, and this is what we have. So you can see it looks like an embedded list. Like it looks just like an embedded list. So if you want it to look more like a description, you can do if you want it to look more like a description, you can do this. Now after the description term, it's just a little trick. Then you do this, and you can decide to do this also over here. save. Yeah, now it looks more like a description to me. Then switching to anime, description time, sorry, description video. It's in a way nicer. No, it is nicer than a manga. It is longer. No, it is nicer than a manga. If you want to watch amazing fight scenes, this is the best place for you. This is the best way. And it's no, I think I got a better description. It is a 2D film or cartoon. Yeah, film or cartoon. Okay, yeah, done. So okay, let me just put this over here. Oh yeah, and just so you know, I'm not really using anything to read this. It's just right out of my head. And now One Punch Man. Let's see. It is an example of an anime. Example. Of an anime. The main characters. And here's the thing: I've never really heard Saitama with a surname. So the main character's name is Saitama. He is the strongest in that world, in the world of one, in the OPM world, meaning the One Punch Man world, but only a few people, nope. Okay, people know that. Okay, so this is pretty much it. Oh wait, forgot this. Now I really wish I had used the stopwatch because I did not look at the time I started, and I do not know how long I've been at this. So this is pretty much it. Now the next thing, I think I'm done with list. Oh yeah, I also forgot the embedded list that I talk about over here, that's putting a list inside another list, is also called a nested list. That's this over here. It's also called a nested list. So if you are answering some questions and they say make a nested list of this and this, just know that it's actually an embedded list. And there's one more type of list, though I doubt you do this. Is like a list where all the elements of the list or the terms in the list are displayed horizontally. That's displayed on a single line like this, just displayed on a single line, and this is called a horizontal list. I doubt you ever use this, but let me just go through this real quick. Now I don't think I actually have to. Nah, let me just leave it at. No one will actually need this, so let me just leave it at this. And for the sake of time too, I'm skipping all this. Oh yeah, and don't forget this: you can actually edit anything in this list you want. You can change the font color or anything, font color, font size. You can put a picture inside a list. You can do anything you want to a list. So now the next thing I'm going to talk about is a table. Now I don't mostly see websites with tables inside, though there are some, but normally when browsing I don't really see any. But I'm just say that real quick. Now the keyword we use for the table, unlike the normal list, unlike the list, we don't have other table on other table. the keyword we use here is just table, to tell the document that whatever you see in this block of code is a table. So just read it as a table. Know that this is a table, read it as a table, nothing more, nothing less. Now in tables, there are these two keywords that you always need to keep in mind, these two tags, and that's the tr tag and the td tag. So the tr tag is like a table rows, and a row is vertical. So it's like, so a row is horizontal. So anything you type inside this opening and closing this opening and closing tr tag will be on the same line. So let me just copy this, and nope. Okay, so this one row, so those are now 2 rows and 3 rows. And now whatever we type, whatever we want to be on the same line or in the same row, is going to be in this tag, the td tag, representing table data. So let me just copy this also. So 3 things over here. No, I don't think I really need all 3 of them. Yeah. Whoa. Okay, then in this last table row, yeah, so here's how it is. Let me just type something inside real quick. So on the first row, let's see, first thing I want to be there is keyboard. Now I'm just going to do random things, mouse, then here speaker and printer. I want to make this plotter, and this will be modem and Wi-Fi. Yep. No, I think everything should be here. So save and refresh, and this pretty much Microsoft OneDrive for Business browser. Nope, I do not need this now. So this is pretty much how it is. We've got our first row here, and in that row we have the first element here being keyboard, and the second element being mouse. And this is the second row with the first element being plotter and the second element being printer. Now, as unlike other tables, you can't actually see the borders of this, though you can change it, but the borders aren't visible right now. But as I've highlighted the text in the table here, you can actually see that this is where it ends. So let me just switch and show you how to create the borders of a table. Now, to do this, we come here to the table tag and we type this border. And I prefer to do such things in lower case. So border and is equal to 1. Now this just shows that the border should be 1 pixel in thickness. So refresh, and this is what we have. It looks like now it actually looks more like a table, though there are people who actually prefer tables being 1 line long. This method just shows the border around the whole table. That's what we can see outside. That's where the tip of the mouse pointer is. That's what we can see over there. Then it also shows the border of every single element in the table. So the keyboard has its own element border, and that's why it looks like this. It's not like it does 2 lines or anything, but it only shows the border around the whole table and the border around each element in the table. Now the next I'm going to teach you is how to make it how to make the table to be 1 line, how to make it like the border just to be 1. It won't look like anything. It's not anything difficult. All we have to do is border border hyphen collapse, if I remember correctly. Collapse is equal to collapse Yep, this should work. Okay. Okay, now this is not working because it's actually supposed to be inside a style. That's the HTML style. Okay. So, and why is this not working? Style is equal to border collapse. Border from collapse is equal to collapse. Oh, okay, I understand it. Now here's actually how it is. It has actually collapsed the border. However, since I've only done it in the table tag, it only collapsed the table itself, and so you not actually see any difference there. However, if you really do want to do it, there are actually two ways to do this. This is the longer method I'm about to show you. Let me copy this, paste, and copy with the space there. Okay, now let me recopy it with the space. I don't want to be leaving, just like that, and paste over here. Nope. Okay, over here and paste. Now okay, there won't actually be any difference over here, and that's because you've not actually done it to the table data also. So come here, paste, come here, paste. This is actually a lot of work, but okay, I don't actually know why I'm going through this, but because it's not really any good thing to do. It's just wastes your time and it is not working. Reason I do not know. Let me just use the method I've been using always, and that is using the HTML CSS method or module. Now to some people, what I'm about to do is actually going to be confusing. That using the HTML CSS way, it's actually going to be pretty confusing, but just bear with me. Let me finish this real quick. Oh, fuck, this time wasting. I don't care if I take the whole row now. Damn it. And my neck is beginning to pay me. Okay, I'm finally done. Now here's what we have to do. We move back to the head block, and whoa, okay, style. Type our style over here. Hold on a sec. Okay, now over here, unlike normally where we just type one element being one attribute being table, in this case we're going to type table to represent the table, comma th to represent table header. That's why I decided to try putting it in both the header and the data. Anyway, I'm going to type table, th, and td. Just keep those three things in mind. Okay, so now let's hold on. Yeah. Okay. Now we're going to type the border collapse as we did. Border collapse. Yeah, then this and collapse. So now this is how a table looks like when you collapse its borders. Now you can actually, from here you can also use other things. For example, there is the just border, and we use 1px, that's 1 pixels, and we give it its color being solid and hyphen black. Yeah, and this sorry for that again. Let me change the color because black is the normal color. So solid. Oh wait, I'm not even supposed to use hyphen here. sorry for that, just space. Yeah, now it looks, I think it looks more like black when compared to the first time, but let me just change the color over here, solid, maybe blue. Yes, refresh, and this is what you see. It changes the border of the table to blue. That's the solid blue. Now I think this will be all. This is actually not all for tables, so I will leave a description. I'll leave a link to my video on tables alone in the description below, so you can check that out. It will actually take a real long time if I want to say everything I have to say on tables. So for tables alone, I think I'll leave it here. Now normally when teaching, tables comes before lists, but I do lists before tables because lists are actually more understandable or easier to understand, and it introduces you to tables. So now the next thing we're going to talk about is HTML block and inline elements. Now I'm sure you've heard me talking about saying these block and inline elements. Let me just explain what they mean. Now a block element is like let's say this head over here. This is the head block. Just explain, this is the head block. This is the style block. So a block element is like an HTML tag that takes more than one line. This can also be said, this is also an inline element is. We've got this and we've got this. So let me just do what I wanted to do real quick. I'll start with an inline element. Now let's see span. There's something I really want to do now, and let me just use span. But before that, let me have to create some paragraphs. I think I'm all out of ideas when it comes to what to type. Whew. Stretching a bit. Okay. And this is an example paragraph that I will use in my teaching of HTML inline elements. Okay, so we have it over here. The last thing over here, the paragraph that I just typed, that's it over there. So now the first thing I'm going to talk about is this element called span, and that's SPAN. Let me just show you what span represents. So span, keyword of the span tag is going to be span. And now, so the duty of the span is to tell the document that whatever is in between the opening and the closing span tag is going to be edited. So for example, for the span tag, you can actually edit it over here using the HTML style method, that's HTML editing. However, in case you got lots of span in the document, you can't go up here and just type inside here. You can just type span, then you edit it over here. You can also do this, but I'm sure you understand how that works. So let me just do that right here. Where did I type all that? Okay, yes. So span, style is equal to, and over here I'm going to give the document I'm going to give this word paragraph its color. So then color, make it blue. Then font size, I'm going to make it 20 pixels. and font family being Verdana. So now, before I refresh this, I just want to tell you what will happen. So the paragraph text that we can see over here will have a font size of 20 pixels. It will be in the color blue, and the font styles, the font family or the font type should change to Verdana. So F5 to refresh, and here's what we've got. So that's pretty much the use of the span elements. Now after span and this new tag I'm about to show you, that's the div tag, they have almost the same function. However, the span is used for inline editing, that's only a single line or text on a single line, as the div is used to edit text in a whole block. So I don't really want to waste your time by typing a whole essay or something, a whole essay or anything as such. So I'm just going to edit this dl tag, that's the description list tag, and let's see, div. So I'm going to be opening and closing div. The element we use the div elements, div. So now we've got style here. You can actually go and do it at the top of the document, that's in the head block. That's only if you want it to edit every single block in div. However, if you do it over here, you can change the attributes as you go on. That's for other other text or tags in the div element. So let's see, background color hyphen color should be black. Yeah, now I just want to show you how this will look like. Refresh. Now the whole color is black. As I highlighted, you can actually see the text that I typed over there, but let me just change the color of that text color. Sorry, I'll make it white. So this is pretty much how the div works. I can actually use it for here, but I decided to use this because it looks more like a paragraph or something of that sort. So yeah, now I think that is all I've got to say on the block and inline elements. The only two things you need to know from that, and that's the div and the what is the other one? Yeah, the div and the span. So now I'm going to move on to HTML classes. That's classing block elements. So in doing this, you will use the div. So I'm going to talk about the div. I'm going to introduce you to something that is a bit more like CSS than HTML. Let me just do that real quick. But before I do that, let me create another div element. Yeah, I'm going to put this in the div tag. I need to on div tag, div, and another list ends here. Okay, then now let me take off the style over here. What is it? Where did I put that div? Okay. Okay, hold on a sec. Okay, got it. Now let me take off the style over here and just save, refresh the document, and here's what we got. So now, before I continue, what I'm about to introduce you to is more like CSS. So if you don't understand it, I will leave the description, the link in the description, so that you can check it out if you do not understand it. So let's get started on this. Okay, so here's what we're going to do now. Normally, as we type, we just type P to say that this is the paragraph that I want to be edited. Yeah, and what I'm going to show you now, we're going to type the normal div to see that all these all the div elements that are inside all the div tags or div blocks should be edited in this format. So before I continue, I just want to show you how it will look like if I just do it like this using the normal div method. So let's see, background color, color being black as I had done first. Actual color being white, and font size, no, I don't, just font family being Verdana. Yep. So now when I refresh this, all the elements or all the text inside the div tags will have the background color of black, font size and font color white, and the font family or font size being Verdana. So refresh, and here's what we got. So now what I'm about to show you is to say that it will tell the documents or the browser that all div elements with the ID first part or ID second part, you can use whatever name you want, will have should have the should be edited this way, or this type of editing goes to this specific div block. So for example, if I use the div block dots, let me say first part, first part, yeah. Now as I switch and refresh, now you can see it doesn't actually edit any part of the document, and that's because we didn't tell the document that I'm trying to talk about this specific part of the div or anything. And to do that, here's what we do. Now we come here down to the first div elements that we want to edit, and here we type class, and inside our double quotations we type in whatever name we use for this list. So I use first part for this place. That's the exact same name I'm going to use over here. So wait, sorry, I didn't save that. As I save and first class is equal to first, hold on, yeah, sorry, okay, so now, okay, no, this time I'm not going to understand this. How? Div dot first parts edited div class is equal to this. Nah, I can't stand. Let me just try changing the name and see what will happen. First, okay, let me just leave it at first and change this also to first. Okay, so now we're talking. Wait, doesn't mean it doesn't actually use numbers. 1 1. If it still works, then I don't even know why it isn't working anymore. But unless, hold on, let me try putting a number over here, 2 and 2. Okay, it looks like if you the first thing after the dot is a number, it will not work. Just realize that. So I think I'll change it to part 1 or div 1. Now let's see if it works with spaces left in between. So div 1, still not working. So this also means that if you leave spaces in between the class that you are trying to talk about, it will not work. So now it has worked over here. Yeah. Now this is it only affected the first div elements because I did not use the same class over here. So let me just create another one with different type of editing. Paste. No, Okay, so now I'm going to change this to div2 and the background color tomato, text color black, and the font family Times New Roman. Okay, so it's yes, okay, that's what I expected. It hasn't really highlighted or changed any div element because we didn't type the class over here. So come here, type class is equal to, I think I used div2, save, refresh, and this is what we have. So that's on the div elements. Now you can't use the same thing for span. So let me see which span is here. I remember using span somewhere in this document. Okay, here it is. So span. Okay, yeah, here it is. Real long. Let me just change this. Style. Remove this style. Okay, so copy this. Now you will understand why I'm copying it instead of just typing a whole new thing. Let me just make another paragraph and another paragraph. I want it to be real long, so this second paragraph will be edited using the HTML span method. Using the class method. Yeah, this should be it. Using the class method. Yeah. Now, yep, this is exactly what I did. I think the word here was edited. So as I save and refresh, the paragraph is over here but it hasn't been edited. So let me use the method, that's the classing method that I used for this place too. So under here, I think I'll just paste. Oh no. Okay, let me just do it. Span dot first span. Oh yeah, span dot first span. Next spaces don't work. First span, and copy this. Then second span. Let me change this here to second. Okay, so the first span should have a so the first span should have a font size of, let's see, 20 pixels or 25 pixels. It should be in the Verdana font family. The color of the font there should be blue, and yeah, then the background color should be yellow black. And the background color for that specific span should be black. Okay, so now it shouldn't really affect any part of the document here. That's because I didn't tell. That's my first span. Yeah, the first span over here that the class it should use is first span. So let me just first span, and yes, this is what we've got. Paragraph here, it has been edited. So now let me do that with the second span also. first span of paragraph here is wrong. Okay, so second span, copy this. No. Okay, so copy this, okay, now 25 pixels times New Roman, this it should be white and the background color red. Okay, so now tell the document that this is the second span, so class is equal to second span. Nope, sorry, didn't leave any space here. So, and this is now, this here is what we have. I think I'm done here. This is all I have to give on HTML. There's actually more to give, but that's a little bit more advanced, so I'm going to talk on that or teach that later. That's after I go through CSS, or when I'm free and I feel like going through that. I'll just go into details in HTML, like XHTML is there, HTML5. But don't worry, if you've heard of that before, I'm going to do that in other videos. So I have finally been able to wrap things up with HTML. If you want a whole tutorial on HTML, don't worry, because I'm going to compile these 3 videos and also upload them as a HTML tutorial for beginners. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and also tell your friends or anybody you know who is also interested in web development or HTML to come and watch my videos. Now that I'm done with HTML, I am going to start making videos on CSS, and I might decide to do some Python programming alongside the CSS. That's before I go into the JavaScript. So thank you for watching. Skyboy out.